Hey babe, um, ironically, no, not ironically, unfortunately for me anyway, this is not the first video I did. I just did a video about 17 and a half minutes or something, and then the battery fell out of the laptop, so in a way I suppose that I have practiced before this video, because this is the second video. Uh, so, at least I'm going to make it short for you, because I'm going to run through everything within about 10, hopefully. Um, okay, starters. Questions. Who was it? First of all, I wanted to ask about yeah, okay. I'm just trying to recap how I said it and what I said. Warped Tour. I remember you saying about Warped Tour. You met your friend there, and you got along, and you went to. She's how, in a way, you got into more concerts. Is that right? Or as far as I can remember, that's how you, because Warped Tour is every year, isn't it? So the biggest tour anyway, as far as I remember. It was unfortunate to hear about a band you like splitting up, but you didn't say why they were splitting up, or did you? And or did you? And I'm just being the usual goldfish brain Johnny, and it's gone out the back of my head. So why are they breaking up? Is it for reasons of a band member not getting along with the band so much and liking to, or maybe he's got other prospects of other music or interest with other peers that he knows that want to form a band with him, or is it because their band isn't doing so well, or it's grown a bad reputation for some reason or something like that? Yeah, so I don't know, you tell me. Second question was, what was the second question? It was something to do with photography. Your photos, you said you took good. Well, you said they weren't too good. The photos, or they were. Some of them weren't bad, apparently. Funny, you've been pulled out of the thing. The thing you were talking about. I got just a. Oh, why do I forget stuff, huh? Anyway, I could just imagine you there taking pictures all innocently and looking like one of them press kind of individuals, zapping the celebrities and being tapped on the shoulder by this big, huge security guy. Like, excuse me, miss, I'll have to escort you out. I don't know why I'm going on about that. Anyway, what was my question? My question was photos. I'd like to see them. Because probably you're Miss Professional photo taker now that you've taken classes and all that. Probably your perspective of a photo is a lot more critical than mine, so they're probably real decent photos according to me, So I like to see them. I can recall a photo my friend. Funnily enough, I saw him today. He'd probably come back from university, and on the way to work, I saw him walk in somewhere. He took a good photo when we went to a gig, Kasabian gig, and it's all the confetti coming down, and there's balloons and confetti, and like there's the lights in the background, and it's all like shining through. I wouldn't have a clue where it was. Probably on Facebook somewhere. But I think I had it as a profile pic. Anyway, yeah. So and that didn't look bad, and that's probably like shit to you. So yeah, I'd like to see them. Then I went on to. It's been an eventful month, didn't I say? Because my sister's gone away to Arizona. Blah blah. And my mum's met her first son, who she, had to leave at the age of about 2.5 because she was an alcoholic and What else in this month? Saw my Uncle Jeff, who travels the world. That's all he does. And camps out at great places. Realised he was very into his own kind of conversation, and he won't get a word in because, well, unless there's a question about his life, that's pretty much all he wants to talk about. So one visit or one visit from him was enough. And my auntie Serena, who is apparently a lot like me. My mum has two sisters. One's called Cindy, one's Serena. Serena's very mellow and tranquil and thinks about the world and likes to read. I don't like to read, but she's like the thinker and that. Whereas Cindy's like the doer and socialise and loves to, she thinks of her appearance and very preppy and my sister's a lot more like Cindy, and I'm a lot more like Serena, and I can see. Oh man, this isn't any interest to you. Anyway, what was I on about? Yeah, eventful month. Sister's gone to Arizona. It was quite a dramatic exit. Actually, it was like something from a movie because they had this piano at the airport, which people can randomly come up and tinker on. And just as we were doing our goodbyes and hugging and stuff, and she was walking away and through there's like barriers, and you can see her about her shoulders and torso as she's walking through these barriers and slowly making her way through the security, and that you can see her. And this really good pianist had got on the piano and started playing a really sad tune, like the tune on the last episode of that Incredible Hulk series, where he's going to get the bus and dun, 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 that kind of tune. But other than that, I was quite surprised. It was more emotional. Well, I knew she'd get emotional, and she actually kept her cool, pretty well in a way. She was cool throughout. I was the first to give her a hug, and I reassured her, you just make sure this is what you want, and don't put pressure on yourself if you get over there and you feel like, you're letting, you said all this stuff like you travel the world and that, and then you end up going there and not liking it and thinking, oh, I got to pull this, pull this out because everyone's going to think, I'm just going to laugh at me when I come back. And you do this for you, and if it's not for you, then come back and find something else. I mean, the best way is to try and see, and she's trying, and I mean, I don't agree with reasons why. I've got to repeat all this now. She's very self-conscious over her looks. She's grown up getting rewarded and attention for her looks. She's always been self-conscious about her flat-ish chest. Always. I've always known this because I don't know, I just knew. And then when I saw like she had like padded out bras and stuff when I was younger, I knew, it is a big deal to a woman. It's like guys with size and that, so I can understand that's a big. She's got, she's admitted she's like gone in for consultations of surgery and that with it. But to also like her skin, she's self-conscious of her skin, spotty skin or whatever. And with her makeup, she's always saying, "Oh, she her day revolves around how she feels and how she feels she looks and how her skin looks. And if it's bad, then she feels like shit. And all she thinks about is her skin and how her makeup looks. And nights out, I've been on her with her. All she goes on about is her makeup. There. So, what was I saying? It was irony. I said to her. As we were staying in a hotel, having a meal, whatever, the night before, because we drove up to Heathrow, London, to see her off. I said about how it's irony that she used to tease me about my spotty skin when I was younger, when I was going through puberty, and she hadn't hit puberty because she's a year younger than me. And her friends used to tease me as well, and it really did get to me. But I said it was irony how, now you're the one that's self-conscious over your appearance and how it's influenced your life and how it's affecting you. And she was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I don't know how it affects you. I didn't know it affects you." And when you're young, you're ignorant. And Sammy has always been the less conscious of how people feel, only how she feels. So, like it's in her character. But I said it's kind of like karma. It's funny, but I hope she overcomes it. I don't think this will really be magnificent progress towards overcoming that mental block, but I think what she needs to do is deal with her psychology, how she thinks, and because that's the main issue, in her head, her prioritizing how she looks all the time and emphasizing anything like a tiny little difference in her skin, appearance. It makes a huge impression on her, and can be the difference between a bad and good day. So that's what she needs to deal with, not escape to another place and make another impression where she doesn't need the makeup and she doesn't need the thing, and people they like it. She could see they like her for her and her natural beauty and stuff. So I hope I covered all that, because I think I went more into depth and explained it better in the first take. But that's enough on that anyway, and I'm actually 4 minutes ahead of myself, so that's about it really. Oh yeah, no, that's Mum couldn't make it. Well, I was trying to keep her. It was a stressful week, and I was trying to keep her like sober but under wraps. I didn't want to tell her about the ex-wife coming, and Sammy had to decide which one was going to come, because obviously she doesn't know about the ex-wife being in our lives for the last 5 years. She's been a friend of the family, and she's always been self-conscious of her before because she got married to my dad, and the ex-wife cheated on him, and that means she, in a sense, felt she had to live up to her expectations. And I ended up getting, she was all good to go. She just had to go get the ticket. We put the money in her bank account, and we sorted it out that she could come with the ex-wife there. But it was Sammy that was kind of prioritising her stuff before just giving Mum an answer whether she could come or not. And, this probably doesn't make any sense to you, but she ended up kind of panicking because the kiosk closed, and she could have got the ticket, but she didn't. She had a drink. She's now back on the booze, so she could be. Well, I potentially think if Sam doesn't come back within the next 9 months, she'll be on this. She'll be drinking for the next probably 5 months, and I probably won't hear from her sober for 3 months, maybe. Yeah. So that sucks. Really sucks. You have to detach from this kind of stuff, and I've always been number than most people. Well, not number. I mean, for an example, at the airport, I was the only one that didn't get emotional. But then I can understand that, because Dad's losing his daughter, the ex-wife was, and Dad, he feels responsible for her, and it's a huge thing. And she took off all the makeup at the airport. Obviously to carry that impression on to where she was going, and in a way that makes her, look more innocent, younger, and your daddy-daughter type. You haven't seen that for like years. So yeah, I can understand. He only actually little teary. He's a real man's man kind of thing, but swears a lot. I think I've mentioned that, but he was a little, tiny bit teary at first. But as soon as I gave him a hug. I think we've only hugged twice in a lifetime. He welled up, and his head hit my shoulder. He was trying to hide it, and then he couldn't, and he left the airport. And then I gave ex-wife a hug, and she was already bloody crying, and she was crying. And then I even shed a few tears. I was like, oh, because Dad, seeing him emotional, it does get me. I am very empathetic. I'm confident, you know, she's doing what she wants. She has the freedom to come back. She has the resources to come back. She's independent. She's strong. You know, she's pursuing what she wants in a way. Even though I think she's going the wrong way about it, she'll be fine. So, and I hugged her and reassured her, you know, if this is what you want. I hope I'm not repeating myself. Am I repeating myself? Because I don't know whether I said this like deja vu, because I said in the other video. I hugged her and said, you know, if this is what you want, you know, don't feel pressurized. I have said it in this video, haven't I? I better have, because otherwise I'm going to miss out. Anyway, I was reassuring her, you know, this is not, you know, you don't need to force yourself to do this. If you don't like it, you end up over there, you don't like it. You know, you don't feel like you have to, you know, pull through things. I've definitely said this, haven't I? What else did I cover? Matthew. I said about Matthew, and stepbrother. I met him a few more times, and hopefully we'll get meet up more, do more. I'm not like the this is a good point. I should bring this up. I'm definitely not the clubbing type. It just doesn't do anything for me. I put myself out for them because they like clubs and that. Well, Sammy definitely does, and Matthew doesn't seem bothered either way. He just likes he likes being there with, you know, good company, and he likes he wants to build the relationship and he wants to spend time with us. So it just sucks because I don't know, I just you know, I'm not. Oh, I shouldn't say this, but I'm not like you. I can't get jiggy and, like, you know, be happy and music man and jump around when I'm listening to music. You know, I'm not like a dancey kind of guy. So that's out. I'm also not like overly. Music's not bad actually, you know, but I like my specific stuff. Music, you know, the stuff I listen to usually gets me like really reared up, like, yeah, like, you know, full of testosterone kind of thing. If it's the right song, I haven't listened to something like that in ages. But yeah, I really need to update my playlist for training. But what was I saying? Yeah, I just, you know, it's loud, and not that, you know, I'm not like a little kid. I don't get spooked by loud noises, but I can't have a conversation and talk, and you can see I can talk for fucking England because I've just beaten my last video, and this was supposed to be a shorter video. So yeah, it's not my thing. It's a like nice tranquil atmosphere, you know, bit of music. As long as I can hear you talk, and no one's like just out just to tank it and get absolutely bollocksed, which is usually what my sister is always out to do. And my brother always ends up doing, and I'm just like sat there like a spare prick at a christening, sober as hell, wasting my money on. Oh, last time I had to get a taxi all the way back to home, about 8-9 miles away, to get an ID to get into another club. Oh, it cost me a bomb, but yeah, so that's I wanted to bring that up because that is a vital piece of information, because I know you're into like the music kind of clubbing atmosphere in a way. I know you don't drink, like you're not out to like drink heavy loads and stuff. You're there for the music and the vibe and that, which I can understand, and I like that, but I don't want to just like be blasted by music and just look around. Everyone's just acting silly because they're just getting a buzz off the drink, you know. That's not me at all. I'm not like, just doesn't interest me. Even when I get drunk, which I can't recall the last time I have. Saying that, no, when I came to America I had a few too many. I was having I was on that low carb diet, right? And Diet Coke, believe it or not, has no carbs in it, and I did not believe that. And vodka has no carbs in it, so all I drank was Diet Coke and vodka. And I'm not a lover of Coke, but you know, at the end of the day, I was asking a huge amount of no carbs. I mean, what has no carbs in it? And amazingly, there's an alcoholic beverage that has no carbs in it. So yeah, I got into this talky mode, talking to my dad about his relationship, which is like up and down, and a really confusing one, really, a really awkward one. Not quite as awkward as ours, but you know, like I say, I'm a talky person, and especially people. I think I seem to like, you know, I can talk about people because I suppose, or you know, most of my life I sat back and looked around and learned about people. So, talking about his relationship, I just ended up, you know, ordering too many. Not ordering too many, but not realizing as soon as we got to the bar, they weren't filling it up with Coke and then adding a bit of vodka. They were filling it up. Where's my cup? Like to there with vodka, and then adding that much Coke. And I didn't know until I got to the bar, and then I was like, whoa. I had 8 of them, and it'd only been like an hour and a half. So when I went to get the taxi home, I got up, I was fine, until I tripped, and then I looked like an ass, because there was a lot of coppers there, obviously on a donut run or something, and like I was underage, I was only 20 years old, and they'd served me a hell of a lot of alcohol. But I can vaguely remember not much after that, actually. I hadn't knocked myself out. I got in the taxi, and apparently taxi driver was like, you better not puke up. That was fine. I've never like done anything like that. But yeah, the next day wasn't too fun. I had to go out on the I always forget this one. On the CSI, crocodiles, a lot of water, loads of grass coming up. It is called Everglades. The Everglades. We went out on the Everglades. Oh, that cost a bomb as well. My dad wanted to do it, so I was up for it. Yeah, so I think I've covered everything and more now, and now I'm going towards 25 minutes. I'm going to double your time. What else? I don't know. I don't want to stop talking now. I'm really on a roll. Yeah, hopefully we can get like this, you know, get this more frequent, and like maybe I'll reduce the next one, so we can like try and manipulate, like create a conversation, you know, in a way. Yeah, so appreciate the video. Just much, you know, you destroyed your last personal record, but I have just set a bar, and I don't think you're going to beat this one unless you just start reeling off bands and typing in music and talking about, I don't know, some band or something. If you did that, you'd probably end up like 23 hours, let alone 23 minutes. But okay, and don't worry about doing it in your car, you know, at any specific time. Just, it doesn't matter to me, you know. It's just, I mean, I literally watched your video, sat down. Well, I was sat down when I watched it. I was sat here when I watched your video. Had to convert it. Oh, I gotta go through this again. I had to convert it because it was an MP4 file, and it only played the audio. It wouldn't play on my phone at work during my lunch break. So I tried it on a laptop, and it only played the audio. So because it was an MP4 file, so I had to convert it from an MP4 file to a video clip, and I ended up doing that, and here we are. Each time I had to, because yours, you seem to film it on the side or something, so each time I had to turn the laptop up on the side or watch it like that, but that's not too comfortable. But anyway, I'll end this clip, because otherwise I'm going to just, I don't know, I'm just going to talk you into a sleep again. especially if you watch this at like 12. No, it's like 2 a.m. every time we talk anyway. So, but hopefully, okay, I'm gonna stop now. I don't know why I got scissors in my hand. Yeah, I don't know what to end on now. I did in the last video. I showed you my little sun lounge gym, but like we're at 25 minutes now, so okay, so hope you had a good day at work, and I look forward to your next video. And don't stress about trying to revert back to everything I said, because I said a lot. So bye. How do you stop this thing?